Hello everyone, welcome to Data Platform Virtual Summit 2021. We are truly excited to host you at the 7th edition of this signature event focused on Azure data, analytics and AI. In this video, you will see how you can navigate inside the virtual space of DPS, how you can attend breakout sessions, short dives, deep dives, demo only, and also participate in Data AI Gurukul roundtables. You will also see how you can chat with your speakers. You will also see how you can connect and network with your peers in the community zone. If you face issues inside the virtual platform and if you need help, how you can connect with DPS support staff at the help desk. You will also see how you can talk and network with sponsors and exhibitors at the expo hall. And last but not the least, you will see how you can participate in feedback, surveys, raffles, and win amazing prizes. Let's get started. The login URL has been sent to your registered email ID. If you do not find the email in your inbox, consider checking the spam or junk folder. You will see an email ID and password. If you wish to reset your password, use this link. Now let's log in. I'm using my own email ID and password and click on login into the virtual world of DPS 2021. Let's click. After you log in, you will be presented with the virtual lobby of DPS 2021. This is the virtual convention center. Now first things first, make sure you adjust the screen size as per the resolution of your monitor. For example, if your monitor has a high resolution, you may be zoomed out something like this, or if your monitor has a low resolution, you may be zoomed in something like this. It is super critical that you adjust the viewing area as per the resolution of the monitor. How can you do that? Well, just use the browser functionality. On the top right corner, you can see the ellipsis button. Click on that and you will observe the zoom functionality out there. Click on minus to zoom out and click on plus to zoom in. We recommend that you use Google Chrome to participate in DPS 2021 Virtual Convention Center. Now, why is it important that you adjust the viewing area as per the resolution of your monitor? Well, most of the items in the virtual lobby are clickable. If you are zoomed in too much, you may miss out certain clickable items. For example, this is the current viewing area for my monitor and I cannot see the feedback box on the bottom left corner. But now when I zoom out and now I am playing around with the control key on my keyboard and the mouse wheel, and you can see I'm zooming in and zooming out. Now when I zoom out this way, I can clearly see the feedback box on the bottom left corner. Well, once you have adjusted the viewing area as per the resolution of the monitor, now let's start navigating inside the virtual space of DPS 2021. The most important activity you are going to do at DPS is to attend sessions. But before we learn how to attend sessions in the virtual breakout rooms, let's first understand the event timings and the session schedule. Take a note, on the top left corner, there is a green icon out there. This means that the conference is currently online. Yes, as per the event timings, we have the online hours and the offline hours. I will explain you about that in a moment. But right now the conference is online. If you click on the event timings here, let's do this. You will be able to see the conference timings. Let's understand this a bit. For the first 2 days of the conference, which is 13th and 14th September, Monday and Tuesday, these are the event timings. In APAC IST time zone, the event runs from 11 AM to 11 PM. So you could see a 12-hour schedule and the corresponding time of the same for EMEA, then APAC Sydney and the US. While the conference timings for the first 2 days look very conducive for the APAC and EMEA time zone, take a note, the later half of the day is equally good for the US time zone as well. For the remaining 2 days of the conference, which is 15th and 16th September, Wednesday and Thursday, the timings are kind of more suitable for the US time zone, which is 8:30 AM to 8:30 PM. But then again, the first half of the day are equally good for APAC and EMEA as well. We have scheduled the conference this way to cover all the time zone. So for all the 4 days, 13, 14, 15 and 16, the conference runs for 12 hours each day. You just take a note of the timings as per your time zone. Remember, we have 5,500 attendees from 78 countries and we got to cater to all the time zones. Let's close this. And now Let's click on the schedule here and jump over to the website to look at the event schedule. Now we have moved out of the virtual space for a moment. Take a note of this URL which has been provided to you in the welcome email. I would strongly recommend that you bookmark this URL. This is one place where you get the conference timings, the variety of content that you can attend, and the session schedule. Let's scroll down. First things first, conference timings. This is the same chart that I just explained you a while back. A summary again. The conference runs on 4 days, 13 to 16 September, Monday to Thursday, and each day the conference runs for 12 hours. So what you see as 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. in APAC IST time zone, it would mean 7:30 to 7:30 p.m. in EMEA, and likewise Sydney and US time zone. So these are our online hours. And as I promised, I'm going to talk about the difference between online and offline hours in a while. Let's scroll down and look at the session schedule. At DPS 2021, there's a variety of content that is available at your disposal. We are sharing the schedule with you in 3 formats. You have the Excel, HTML, and the embedded browsable table on the page itself. Choose the format that is most convenient to you. First, let's look at this table. We have the complete session list on the first tab, where you can look at the speaker name, the topic, the start time, end time, the room, the virtual room in which the session is being hosted, and you can click on view in your time zone to look at the session timings in your own time zone. Let's do that for the first session. If I click on this, timeanddate.com website will open up, and if you're comfortable with this tool, you can add the session to your calendar, which will open up the ICS file, and you can add it to Google or Outlook calendar. But just wait for a moment. We have an exciting schedule builder right inside the virtual convention center. You may want to consider using that. Anyway, let's close this and jump back to the schedule again. After you have browsed the complete session list and taken a note of a few sessions that you may wish to attend, let's jump over to the highlights. We have the keynote as one of the biggest highlights of DPS 2021 by Bob Ward, Anna Hoffman, and Buck Woody, followed by Women in Technology panel discussion, which is Microsoft hosted, and the wonderful Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion panel discussion hosted by Jen and her panelists, Sandeep, Sangeeta, Dipti, Goguri, and Kay. Thanks to them. Let's jump over to the breakout sessions. Breakout sessions are the most common typical format in any conference, and we have close to 100 breakout sessions at your disposal. Again, the same format like session title, speaker name, the track, the abstract, and the start and end time in UTC time zone. Note the rooms in which the breakout sessions are being hosted. We have Hydra, Sphinx, Shiloh, and Yukon. These are the 4 rooms where breakout sessions are being hosted. If you look over to deep dive sessions, demo only sessions, and short drive sessions, they are all hosted in Kilimanjaro. Now, what's the difference between these 3 new variety of sessions compared to breakout sessions? Deep dive sessions is a new format which is 90 minutes of content. So really deep dive. Demo only sessions are supposed to be demo only, no PowerPoint. These are 45 minutes plus 15 minutes Q&A. And short drive are quick learnings, 25 minutes plus 5 minutes, which makes it 30 minutes of content. They are all hosted in Kilimanjaro. And then, just like last year, we have a special feature, Data plus AI Gurukul, which is live interaction with DPS speakers. This is going to be hosted in Zoom, but again, the entry point is the virtual convention center. And they are going to run in Katmai and Hackathon rooms, which you can see here. All of this content is available at your disposal, so please explore them. Now let's click on Browse HTML. HTML is one of my favorite ways to browse the session because I can quickly search. Let's say I want to attend the DEI session. I can just do Control F and type DEI there, and I come across the content out there. So you can see this session is D3B03. If I scroll on the right hand side, I can look at all the times in UTC or PDT or CDT for each time zone, the start and the end time, whatever is comfortable to you. If your time zone is not listed here, again, just click on view in your time zone. Just like Excel, there are tabs available at the bottom, so you can browse all the types of session, breakouts, deep dives, demo only, short drive, and Data plus AI Gurukul. That's exactly why I say is this page is quite important, so keep it handy, keep a bookmark and add it to the browser toolbar. Let's jump back to the virtual convention center, and now let's see how to attend sessions, and this is going to be the most exciting part of this tutorial. Now that you know about all the different session types at DPS and the rooms they are going to be hosted in, let's start navigating to those virtual breakout rooms in the platform. While you are in the lobby, the first thing that will catch your attention is the electronic schedule dashboard here. You can see all the sessions that are currently running live right now and the ones that are coming up next. On the top dashboard, you can see the sessions for Hydra, Sphinx, Shiloh, and Yukon. Remember, these are our rooms that are hosting breakout sessions. Katmai and Hackathon are hosting the Data and AI Gurukul sessions, and Kilimanjaro, there below, is hosting the new formats, which are deep dives, short drives, and demo only sessions. And again, you have the sessions that is going on right now and the one that is coming up next. Note the friendly title for the sessions and the initials for the speaker there, and these are the session codes. And now the most exciting part, how do you navigate to those virtual breakout rooms? Well, there is a clear signage in the lobby itself. On the left side, you can see Katmai, Hackathon, and Kilimanjaro. This portion, you can see Hydra and Sphinx right in the middle here, and you can see Shiloh and Yukon on the right side here. Let's go to Katmai first. You know that Katmai and Hackathon are hosting Data and AI Gurukul sessions. Let's go back to the lobby. Let's click on Hackathon. This is the Hackathon room for you. Let's go back to the lobby. Let's jump over to Kilimanjaro. This is a new room at DPS 2021, which is hosting deep dives, demo only, and short drive sessions. Let's go back to the lobby. Let's jump over to Hydra. This is super exciting. This is going to host the keynote and a couple of breakout sessions. Let's go back to the lobby and let me take you to Sphinx now. This is what Sphinx looks like. Back to the lobby. Let's go to Shiloh. This is the Shiloh breakout room. Back to the lobby. And finally, let's go to Yukon, where you get a wonderful outside view. Back to the lobby. Yes, there are a lot of clickable items in the lobby itself. If you just want to highlight the breakout rooms, click on auditoriums in the toolbar here. Let's click, and this is going to gray out everything else in the lobby except the rooms, and the rooms are now clearly highlighted, making the navigation much easier to you. Now you can clearly see Katmai and Hackathon and the signage Data plus AI Gurukul. Below that you can see Kilimanjaro. Next to it in the middle you can see Hydra and Sphinx, and then on the right side you can see Shiloh and Yukon. Now it's time to watch a session. Back to the lobby, and now I am going to go inside Hydra. Let's click on Hydra. For each breakout rooms, to launch the session, you have to click on the screen. As it says here, click here to start. Let's do this. When you click, a pop-up opens up where you will be able to see all the sessions that are configured for that specific room. Let's take a closer look at a specific session item. For the purpose of this tutorial, we have configured a session here, Run Microsoft Azure Arc. That's the session title. We have the speaker, and most important, what is the time zone in which the session is configured. This says as 3:30 p.m. This is the time as per your system time zone. So you don't really need to worry about UTC, IST, EST, PDT, or AEST or CEST. Just focus on the time here, which is as per your system time. Now, if you look at the countdown, this session is going to begin in about 7 minutes from now. On the left side, you look at this icon which says this is a video session. Right now it's grayed out, and when the session is live, which means when the countdown is 0, this is going to convert to live. And the button which says as scheduled is going to convert to play. So we got to wait for a few minutes before the session goes live. Now, time zones are always confusing. So what you see here as 3:30 p.m., as I said, is your system time zone. Let's change the system time zone and see the reflection. Right now it says as 3:30 p.m., which is as per my time zone, IST. I'm going to system time here and right click, adjust date time, and let's just change it to something like EDT or PDT. Let me scroll up and let's change it to, let's say, Central Time, US and Canada. The moment I do it, and let me close this box and launch it again for the new time to reflect, click here, and now you can see the session time has changed and now it says as 5 AM. However, the countdown still remains as what it is supposed to be, which is I need to wait for another 5 minutes before the session goes live. Let me change the time back to my time zone. So let's close this, right click again, go to adjust date time, and I'm going to scroll down and set it back to IST. There you go, and I close this and I launch this again. Now if you see here, the time has changed back to 3:30 PM. I still have 5 minutes to go, so I can show you something else. Let's go to auditoriums and jump over to Katmai. You know Katmai and Hackathon are going to run data and AI Gurukul sessions. Again, there is a screen here which says click here to start. Let's click here. There's a slight difference here in the session item. First thing you will observe is there is a link here because this is not a video session. This is a live interaction with the speaker. So there is a URL embedded here. And when this session goes live and you click on the play button, when the schedule button changes to play and when you click on it, it will take you to Zoom platform where the speaker is going to be waiting for you to interact and have a free-flowing discussion on the subject that is mentioned here, which is Azure Synapse Analytics. There's another interesting thing to note here is the Zoom passcode. In case when you are launching on the Zoom platform and if it is asking you for a passcode, just enter this passcode. What we have also done is, while we show you the time in your system time zone, we have also given you time zones with respect to UTC, PDT, CDT, EDT, CST, IST and AST. All common popular time zones so that it just becomes very easy for you to identify which session you want to watch on what specific times. Let's close this and go back to auditoriums and jump over to Hydra. I'm going to click here again, and now I need to wait for about 3 minutes before the session goes live. When the session goes live, I'm going to show you how you can play the session, how you're going to watch the session, how you're going to interact with the speaker using the chat window, participate in Q&A, so on and so forth. So let's wait for 3 minutes. Okay, now we are almost on top of the hour. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there you go. Now you can see this has converted to live and it says play video. I'm going to click on play video and launch the session. Please be patient. This is live streaming and it's going to take a few seconds before the stream begins. And here is the chat window on the right side where you can ask questions. So I'm waiting for a few seconds before the stream begins. There you go. And the session has started running. This is the countdown that you will see for each session, about 20 seconds or so, which is the kind of introduction into the session. While the session is running, you are able to observe that this is a Vimeo player there and you can run it in full screen. So let's enter full screen here. This is what you really want to do when you want to run the session full screen. Click on this icon back there to go back to the normal mode, and also you may want to run it in HD, so you can click on settings here, and right now you can see the configuration right now as it says as auto. You may want to change it to 108p, which will ensure that you're getting HD output. Now by default Vimeo would run in auto. Depending on the bandwidth that is available to you, it will adjust the stream quality accordingly. But if you really want to watch the session in HD, you got to change it manually. Sometimes what happens is if you change it to 1080p and it switches back to auto automatically, you got to do it again. It's as simple as that. So while you're watching the session live, these are a couple of things to keep in mind. A quick summary. You may want to watch it in full screen. So click on the full screen icon. Make sure you change the resolution to 1080p, and we also call these important settings out during the introduction. Now let's ask a question to Bapi. So I'm going to go to the chat window here and ask a question. Hey Bapi, can I get some deep dive resources for Azure Arc? Press enter and my question gets submitted to the speaker, and while the session is going live, the speaker is available to answer question, which is great, and Bapi responds, hey Amit, here is the link, and I get the link. Let's click on this link and let's see if I got the right link. Yes, we get some deep dive stuff on Azure Arc enabled data services. Let's go back to the platform. While you're watching sessions, while these icons are converting from grayed out to live, and while the buttons are changing from scheduled to play, if anything goes wrong, there's nothing to panic. Just close the window, maybe close the pop-up, and just press Ctrl F5 or refresh and load the platform once again. It is as simple as that. And you can click here to start again, the pop-up, and you can see the session is still live and the play icon, the play button is enabled. Just click on this and the session will start streaming or will continue from the point. This is real-time live streaming going on. Please note that this is not a session that is being played just like YouTube. This is real-time live streaming. So at any given point of time, just think about refreshing and things may go back to normal in case there is an issue. Let's close this, and now let me show you a very important feature, which is building your schedule, and you can do this right inside the virtual platform of DPS. DPS 2021 virtual platform offers you an amazing schedule builder. Let's go to the lobby. In the toolbar, click on My Agenda. Let's do this. The agenda pops up. Initially, of course, the agenda is going to be blank because you have not added any sessions. Let's click on Full Agenda. When you click on Full Agenda, you will be able to see all the sessions configured as per date and time. Let me collapse this so you can see September 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17. Hey, why do you see September 17? Isn't the conference supposed to run only from 13 to 16? Well, a few sessions as per time zone spill over to the early wee hours on September 17, and that's why you have this here. Anyway, let's expand September 13 and you can see all the sessions sorted by their respective time. Let's say the first session here, SQL Server on Linux, is good to me and I want to attend this. I will click on this and add to my agenda. Before I click on this, let me show this once more to you, that right now I am in India IST time zone. So the event time zone shows as GMT plus 5:30, and you can see it begins on September 13 from 11 AM to 12:15. Let's do this once more and change the time zone. So I would right click on system date time, adjust date time, and let's reset this to UTC. So I will scroll up and put this to coordinated universal time. Let's minimize this. Let's close this and launch my agenda once more. And when I do that and click on the first session here, now you will see that all the times have changed as per UTC. So you can see event time zone as GMT UTC, and you can see the timings now have changed from 5:30 AM to 6:45 AM. This is yet another reminder that the platform is going to show you the time as per your system time zone. So always take a note of that. And just for friendly viewing and browsing, we also show you the times as per other time zones, just for friendly browsing. Now let's add it to the agenda. I click on Add to my agenda and it's done. Let's scroll down and let's add a few more items. Let's look at a short drive here, Azure Functions for Everyone. Let's click on this, Add to my agenda, and it's done. Now let's hop over to my agenda and you will be able to see the two items that we have added. There you go. And they are indicated as new items that were added. And now the most interesting thing, if you click on the first item here which was added, you have two options. Either you can remove it from the agenda in case you're no longer interested in this session, or you can directly go to the event. So right from inside my agenda, you can jump over to the event, whichever room it is running in. So if I click on go to event right now, because the session is not live, I won't be able to go to that room, but the moment session goes live, the platform will take me to that room. So right now it says that this content is not yet available because remember, the session has to go live first. Let's close this. Once you have built your agenda, you can export this as an ICS file. Click on the settings icon here and click on Export My Agenda. You will be able to download a .ics file which you can open up in Google Calendar or Outlook, and you can keep it synchronized with your calendar. Well, with this, let's close the agenda and go back to the lobby. Hey, what happened suddenly? I cannot see the schedule anymore. Instead, it says click here for session recordings and also says day 2 begins at 5:30 AM UTC. Looks like now we are in the offline hours of the conference. Remember, I showed you a green indicator on top left corner, which meant that the conference was online then. Now the conference is offline and we are in the offline hours. Remember, in the offline hours, you can watch session recordings of the previous day. So once day 1 ends and before day 2 begins, you can watch the recordings from day 1. And likewise, once day 2 ends and before day 3 begins, you can watch the recordings from day 2. Let's do that. To watch the session recordings, you have to go to Resource Center, which you can do from here, or just click on Session Recordings on the dashboard. Let's do this. You will jump into the Resource Center. At the Resource Center, there are a lot of resources available to you on Azure Data, Analytics, and AI. But let's focus on session recordings for the time being. I click on Session Recordings here, and remember this session which we watched live, run Microsoft Azure Arc enabled data services anywhere. Now this recording is available and I can click on play and the session opens up. Just click on play and the session goes live there. There you go. Let's pause it and close it. There are a lot of other resources available, so feel free to explore them at your convenience. Let's go back to the lobby. Now let's jump over to the Expo Hall. Either you can use the toolbar icon here, Exhibition Hall, or just walk over from here. Either way, let's click and move over to the Exhibition Hall. First things first, we are very grateful and thankful to our sponsors and exhibitors. They have helped make DPS 2021 free for the worldwide data community. So special thanks to Microsoft Azure, Pure Storage, Redgate, SQL Maestros, CData, and MLPA. Remember and take a note, if you visit a booth, your delegate registration data will be shared with the booth owner. We don't mind that. You can always unsubscribe if you find the content irrelevant. Let's first jump over to the Microsoft Azure booth, and the moment you click, you will see a beautiful booth from Microsoft. There are so many learning resources available here. Take a note, these are just not marketing resources, but there's a lot of technical in-depth learning stuff available here. For example, if I click on Modernize with SQL Server, I can get access to so many links and PDF resources out here. So at the booth, you can watch videos, access URLs, white papers, so on and so forth. For example, this icon represents a link, this icon represents a PDF. So if I want to learn something about Microsoft Azure Arc, I can just click on View here, and the PDF will open right inside the virtual booth. Let's close this and jump back to the exhibition hall and see what Pure Storage has to offer. And remember, Pure Storage is world #1 when it comes to storage performance. Very colorful booth, and this is what we expect from Pure Storage. Resources are still being uploaded, and you will be able to access all of them during the conference hours. Let's go back to the exhibition hall and see Redgate, again another world leader when it comes to database DevOps. For example, Redgate has published out the 2021 DevOps report, and the link is available right here. So if you click on this, you can watch a quick video and access the report with the URL given inside the video. Let's close this, go back to the exhibition hall, and let's go to see data now. So are these virtual booths all about just browsing and reading stuff? No, you can even talk to booth representatives. For example, if you look at the top right corner, it says talk to us. And if you click on this, you will see booth representatives for that specific booth. And for CData, we have David and Gerard available. Right now you can see it's grayed out because they're not online. During the conference hours, you will see these as green colors when they are online, and you can click on this and chat and talk to the booth representatives. Let's go back to the exhibition hall, and MLPA booth is still not available. They're doing some amazing stuff. So hey, Ben Kettner, thank you so much for supporting DPS 2021. Well, this is our exhibition hall. Connect with our sponsors and exhibitors, learn about all the innovative stuff they have to share with you. And remember, if you visit their booth, your data gets shared with them, but you have an opportunity to win some amazing prizes by the virtue of raffles. Let's jump back to the lobby. And now let's look at the community zone. Remember, DPS 2021 is just not about attending sessions. It's about connecting with your peers and networking with them. There are more than 5,000 delegates at DPS from 78 countries. Jump over to the community zone on right corner there, and you will see that there are chats there for DBA roles, analytics, AI, dev, and women in technology and diversity, equity, and inclusion. Whatever your favorite topic is, just hop over. So let's go and click on DBA, and I can start chatting with people here, whoever is online at that very moment. Likewise, there are chats for analytics, AI, so on and so forth. Let's go back to the lobby. What else, friends? Feedback. It's very critical that you give feedback to us. This is how we make improvements year over year. On the bottom left corner, you have the feedback box there. Just click on that. It will take you to the DPS 2021 website, and you will be able to give session feedback, conference feedback, and the training class feedback. Again, a sincere request from DPS team, please do not skip feedback. Good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, give us feedback and help us improve. This is your conference. While you are inside the Virtual Convention Center of DPS 2021, if you need any kind of support or assistance, just jump over to the help desk and the support staff is going to be available to you instantly. Let's do this. I click on the help desk, and right now I am at the help desk and the support staff is available to me. Let's talk to them. I click on this, and in the pop-up, I ask my question. My question is, where can I see the full schedule? Let's wait for a few seconds or maybe a minute or so while the support staff is assisting other people. The response might come in a few seconds. So I clicked on submit now, and my question is right up there. And there you go. I get the answer. The full schedule can be viewed here. The help desk inside the Virtual Convention Center is not the only way to get support. If you check your email, you will be able to see the Telegram channel which you can join, and you can also get instant support from our Telegram channel, and of course the email, which is contact@dps10.com. These are all the different ways on how DPS support staff can help you promptly. We are working round the clock 24/7 to help our global delegates from 72 countries. So leverage our support staff, and we will ensure that you have the best experience inside the Virtual Convention Center of DPS. Let's go back to the lobby. Well, we have covered a lot of stuff in this tutorial. As we move closer to the event in next few hours and days, there will be a few cosmetic changes which you will be able to find out visibly well. Beyond this tutorial, if you have questions, just reach out to us at contact@dps10.com. All the important links and this email ID is available in the description of this video. Most likely you're watching this on YouTube, so hop over to the description and browse all the important links and get access to our email. If you have any questions and when you reach out to us, someone from the team will respond to you promptly. Yes, we are working around the clock. One last thing, now we have lobby music. So once you log in, you will be able to hear a soothing music in the lobby. And yes, we have multiple tracks as well. So you can change the tracks and you can adjust the volume. With this, friends, we are truly excited and thrilled to host you at the 7th edition of Data Platform Summit. Thanks for joining us. Happy learning.